Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Me and my team, I as Director Kasundarupa, and my friend Sumarilenko, and also my second team is Andi Muhammad Abdul Fadil Sahrial. We are bringing up an article entitled The Dynamics of Makassar Culture and Its Implications for National Life. So the first slide, we would like to talk about three things. What is actually culture, and also what is actually culture, and also how the globalization in the new era of the digitalization of the AI era, how it's affect the traditional into the modernity. So that is what we are bringing up for this article. So actually, when we talk about culture, culture is something dynamic. When we talk about culture, culture always changes from time to time, uh, in a, as times goes by, and you can never change. You can never stop the culture as it's keep changing or growing, because culture also, this is not just about about the circle of life, but the culture can change because from the ideology, the perception of someone's idea. So as our main focus here in the area is Makassar. So culture defines a community way of life through traditions, language, and values. And Makassar is a culture with a rich history from the Goa and Talok kingdoms to modern trade and educations. Events like the Makassar Cultural Festival celebrate local heritage and the unity among diverse ethnic groups. Makassar cuisine and strong sense of community reflects its cultural values. So cultural values strengthen the social cohesion and national unity. Despite globalization changes, Makassar please preserve traditions while embracing modernity. So yeah, Makassar, even though now, as we know that Makassar is a South Sulawesi identity of Indonesia. Makassar, but we are so glad that the generation of now and also from the millennial generation are are still embracing the Makassar culture, and that's the positive side of the new generation of now. Even that, alongside of that, we still need to bring why we bring this up, because we want to the main point here is we want to preserve and share the education about culture, especially in Makassar culture. That is our main point for this article, for the introduction. The second one is the methodology. So, as because our background is from linguistic or linguistic anthropology, what we are using here is a qualitative risk approach, yeah, used to understand Makassar cultural dynamics and its impact on national life. So here we are looking how the society in Makassar, how they perceive culture now, then and before and now. The second thing that we do is we have literacy review. What we want to compare between uh, then and now. Same like our qualitative research. So as we combine between the qualitative research and the literacy review, the data were thematically analyzed to identify patterns and themes related to Makassar's culture and national identity. So what we are focused here is in the broader context of Indonesian culture, with recommendations for preserving and developing local culture in the face of globalization. And that is what we are doing for the methodology. For the discussion result from introduction And to the methodology, as we can resolve this research, is that we found a lot of aspects, and what we found about the culture of Makassar the new of globalization. So the first one is cultural diversity in Makassar. Has like for the first point is Makassar has the diverse society home to ethnic groups like Bugis, Makassar, Mandar, and Toraja. Historical kingdoms, Bone, Goa, shaped social structure with noble descent having high status. And the third one is key cultural values include Siri, it's about self-respect, and Siri Napache, empathy with focus on community support. And that is what philosophy of the culture in Makassar. And the last one is Finisi boat, recognized by UNESCO. It's a unique part of Makassar's culture. So yes, Finisi boat, as we can see in the airport, especially in Makassar Airport or in Patanariwad or everywhere places like souvenirs, Finisi boat has become a symbol for Makassar culture. For the second result of the discussion here, what we point out is about the historical development and preservation. So Makassar colonial history left a legacy of historical buildings that require preservations. As we know that there are like Rumah Bugis, yeah, are now that still can be found in some villages or so many of local area in Makassar, and also like cultural heritage contributes to local and national identity. Education about Makassar history foster pride and nationalism, ensuring traditional values endure. That's the second result that we found from our little research. And the third result is role of tradition in social life that is very important in Makassar culture. So traditions like Angaru and Ashuru Macha reinforce cultural identity and community bonds that something is unique and still need to be exposed about this tradition to the new generation, and especially to introduce about this in Makassar culture. The second one is social values like cooperation, gratitude, and respect for ancestors are taught through tradition like mapere and mapadendang. Yeah, as now there are still these two things are like rituals that are still being held in every year that can also be still be found, and that is interesting for the tourists. Makassar traditions are adaptable, incorporating modern elements while preserving the core values. So the role of tradition in social life, I do believe that, and my team believe that even though the culture has been changing from time to time, but yes, some rituals are still being preserved like the tradition like Angaru and Asuru Macha, and also Mapere and Mabadendang. So cultural practice like Mapachi and Mabacha Doang ensure that survival of local heritage. So these are the traditions in social life modern shows that this can still be preserved and still can be learned, still can be um, exposed to the new generation that we still have traditional that still can exist in the modern life. For the fourth part is about the cultural interaction. So global media influenced youth in Makassar with Korean culture gaining popularity. So I think we know now that there is K-pop, and K-pop has been surrounding us not just now, but over the last maybe 14 years. But before K-pop, we know that there is a Western music that influenced from the millennial generation, and now for the new generation like Gen Z, K-pop has been influenced them. And I think that is one of the cultural interactions that has been gaining up. The second one is globalization has both positive and negative. impacts of on local culture. So yeah, both positive. There's always a positive and negative sides about what keeps changing in culture and what comes and goes. So you have to play a vital role in preserving and revitalizing local culture and go aiming globalization. The fifth aspect is about education and cultural preservation. So education integrates local cultural values such as city into daily life. The Department of Culture supports preservation through policies, cultural programs, and museums. Local wisdom influences informal economic education, particularly in family financial management. So education and cultural preservation is what we can still see in education life in Makassar. Cultural values like such as city that is still being applied in daily life, and that is the most thing that we can taught to the new generation that how to preserve culture. Yeah, we need to take a sample from city, yeah, that has been applied in daily life. So the next one is implication of culture for national life. So values like city and pache promote mutual respect, essential for building national unity. Globalization challenges these values, risking cultural dilution. Education and cultural preservation are key to maintaining national identity amidst change. So we need to implicate the culture, what has been can be preserved, what can we still know about the culture, the tradition culture that can still bond with the new life or the new modern of life for for today. So as I can conclude, and me and my team, yeah, the cultural dynamics of Makassar highlight the richness and diversity of Indonesian society. Makassar preserves tradition calls cultural interactions and preserve efforts contribute to national unity. Cultural diversity plays a key role in strengthening national unity, especially in the face of globalization. Community involvement, education, and supportive policies are the things that we can do to preserve our local culture. Makassar can serve as a model for other regions in maintaining cultural identity in modern times. Culture is a source of inspiration, driving innovation and creativity. So, what we need to know, always tell the younger generation is that culture is not a system, but culture can be creative and it's combining by the tradition and modern life. How we combine it, we do it in creative, we do it in a creative way. Preserving cultural heritage while adapting to modernity is vital for future generations. So that is our slide for today, our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. So thank you.